Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Man, how do you get the inside of a whale and think of this as what the world should look like? I mean, seriously. Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Kingdom Hearts. In the last episode, we flew off into inner space toward the next world, only to be caught off guard midway by Monstro the whale, a creature whose heart was so strong that when his world ultimately fell to the Heartless, he decided to thumb his nose at physics and adapt to swimming in the void between worlds. The monster of a whale ultimately swallowed our ship, Hull, where we ended up discovering that we weren't alone, as Pinocchio and his father Geppetto were also swallowed by the whale. While talking to Geppetto, however, Pinocchio wandered off into Monstro's body, chasing after our old pal Riku. Ultimately, we decided to give chase, and had finally cornered the pair here at Chamber 4. But Pinocchio ran off again, further into the depths, and seems to have gotten into some trouble. This time, we'll be rushing in to save the puppet from whatever trouble that has befallen him. However, before we do, I would like to point out that I would recommend being around level 30 for the coming fight. In any case, let's not waste any more time, let's head on into the bowels.
You up for this?
No problem. Let's do it.
As if the innards of this world weren't bad enough, say hello to the Parasite Cage, the boss of Monstro. For this fight, Riku is helping us out, giving us a little extra damage. The Parasite Cage, at least in this first iteration here in the bowels, is not all that difficult. He only has 2 attacks, either swinging with 1 tendril on either side, or swinging with both like that. Either way, his attacks are not all that strong. He is resistant to most magic except for thunder, but I wouldn't recommend using it. He is also immune to attacks from behind, basically the opposite of a large body. Really, this shouldn't be too much trouble, although his erratic flailing can make it a bit tricky to parry or guard his attacks. So, really just sort of focus in on getting damage when you can. Arrow can help you out, tank some hits, and shouldn't be too long of a fight. Goofy learned cheer. Alright, so we actually have our first ability that is tied to story progress. A little odd to see here, but fine enough. Cheer is an ability that gives an increase to a summon, such as Simba or Genie's, MP gauge. When summons only stick around for as long as their MP gauge is on. The more cheers you have activated, the longer that the summon can stick around. It is also based on your own MP. So, generally getting a lot of these is good if you like to use summons. I don't particularly use summons all that often, but I might start doing so. Granted, I don't think Simba's all that good, but Genie could prove useful, and having that on Goofy would be helpful. Donald and Goofy each get theirs from story progress, but Sora's is a bit of a trickier case that we will see later. In any case, let's jump into that hole.
Pinocchio! Pinocchio! Please, give me back my son!
Sorry, old man. I have some unfinished business with this puppet.
He's no puppet. Pinocchio is my little boy.
He is unusual. Not many puppets have hearts. I'm not sure, but maybe he can help someone who's lost theirs.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Kairi?
What do you care about her?
Well, Riku's teenhood is certainly hitting its stride, I must say. Reminds me of a few people I knew back in those days. In any case, this chest that is right here wasn't here before, and if we open it, learn shared ability high jump. The party can equip these shared abilities by selecting shared in the abilities menu. Yep, we have a new type of ability this far in. Shared abilities are abilities that don't take AP and apply to the whole party. This one just does what it says on the tin. It allows us to jump higher. So, we're going to equip it. And while that does give us a few things that we can do around here in the mouth before we chase after Riku, I actually want to head back toward the chambers, because there are actually 2 chests that we couldn't get before, and 1 chest that I actually skipped. The 2 chests that we couldn't get before are in Chamber 6. The 1 chest that I accidentally skipped last episode is in Chamber 3. To get back to Chamber 6, we just have to go from the mouth to Chamber 1, to the left door to Chamber 2, through to Chamber 3, through the left door as soon as you enter Chamber 3 back to Chamber 2, take the door to Chamber 5, and then back to 6. So I will meet you guys back in Chamber 3. Okay, now that we're here in Chamber 3, we do have to do a bit of fighting before I can really focus on platforming, because these guys can be very annoying. Granted, I think now that we have... Now that we have high jump, we don't need to worry about the barrels as much, but still better to take care of them in that regard. Okay, come on. This is kind of why I hate search ghosts. They don't really do much damage, but they annoy you by just disappearing and phasing out of reality. In any case, that chest over there is what we need to get, so let's just jump over here and let's take care of these yellow operas, because they're really getting on my nerves. Hey, come on. Okay, so from that, we can get this chest. Wait, where's... You... Go away. Finally. Open this up. You get a Tornado G right. Okay, now. Onward to... Chamber 6. See you guys in a bit. Okay, now that we're in Chamber 6, we just need to clear out these guys again. Ooh, and I gained enough experience to gain not only MP, but the MP Rage skill. I might want to consider putting that on, because it's very useful. Come on. Come on. Just when I thought I was done with fighting those guys, we just had to fall down here and trigger those. Come on. Thankfully, high jump allows us to make up for any mistakes like that. We want to get up on this blue platform, and we see that platform over there. This is going to take a jump at the last possible second off of this platform, and then a keyblade swing just to extend our jump. That was too soon. I could tell just by... And that was also too soon. Or too late on the keyblade swing, I'm not entirely sure. This could take a few tries because this is a bit of a tricky jump to make. So I might just cut out all the failed attempts. Or not, that didn't take as long. Okay, from doing that we get a Mega Elixir. Now there's another long jump, and this could be a little tricky because the camera does not like to play well with these walls being as close as they are. Thankfully, not as much of an issue. Now to just take care of these guys so that we don't. Okay. Not too bad. Let's open this up. Getting a mithril. And now we get this door back to Chamber 1, which will allow us to get back to the mouth quickly. Which, thanks to the save spot, or say, yeah, the save point here, we can easily recover the MP we spent. And now that we have access to high jump, we can get up here to use this green trinity. Doing so frees this chest that was right here. I kinda hate how this is, because you have to be, like, very precise about where you stand to be able to jump on top. Not sure why I can't just grab... Okay. There we go. Now we open this chest, getting us a mithril shard. And from there, we can jump into the water and come to this platform, jump up it to get another chest. Getting Dalmatians 73 through 75. And I think we have to actually get back up because there is a bit of a jump that we have to do, and I hate locking on that side because it won't let us actually get up because we keep bonking our head. Now there's that platform out there. I'm gonna get onto it. Which will allow us to reach this platform over here. To get another chest. Getting a cottage. Which would be useful for what we have coming up. There's a Trinity mark right here that we can activate. A blue one. Getting us a cottage and 2 potions and some money. All in all, not all that much of an boon, but hey, better than nothing. Now, I believe up here is another chest, which gets us the Water Gleam, another summon gem, so we will have another summon to awaken back at Traverse Town when we go back there. Okay, that was pretty easy. And we just jump up here. And open this chest. Getting us a Tornado G left, so now we have 2 new wing gummies, and those are the highest caliber of wing gummy. So, can be very helpful. And we'll just go up to the door that Riku went through, getting us to Monstro's throat. Now, this area will have a lot of heartless, and we can immediately see a blue Trinity mark on the floor, the last of this world, or at least this visit. So let's quickly activate it. Getting us a mithril shard and a bunch of money. Now, this area is actually the first area for the final type of mushroom heartless. We've seen the white mushrooms, which don't attack you and are generally non-antagonistic and pantomime spells they want you to cast on them. We've seen black fungus, which will actually fight you and are a bit of an annoyance to actually fight. And the third and final type of mushroom heartless is the rare truffle, a blue mushroom heartless with a yellow head, whose main gimmick is wanting to be hit up into the air and juggled continuously. Doing so, each hit gives you experience, and depending on the number of hits you can get rewards. The total number of hits that you can land on a rare truffle is 100, and the maximum amount of experience you can get, sorry about that, is 5,000. So they can be at least somewhat decent if you're good at juggling. If you do manage to hit them 10, 50, or 100 times, you will get rewards from them. For 10 times, you get an elixir 100% of the time, and a mystery goo 20% of the time. If you hit them 50 times, you'll get an elixir 100% of the time. The shiitake rank, which is just a selling far worth 200 money, or no, 100 money, 200 in final mix, 100% of the time, and mystery goo 40% of the time. I believe for these first 2 instances, the mystery goo is affected by the lucky strike ability, so definitely want to make use of it. If you have 3 copies of it, you can make it so that you get a mystery goo 100% of the time from defeating rare truffles, and then if you manage to juggle them 100 times, you will get a Mega Elixir every time, the Matsutake rank, which is just another higher rank of selling fodder and bragging rights, this one being worth 500 money, 300 in final mix, and Mystery Goo. All 100% of the time. In any case, let's quickly... Oop, and I guess we're being thrown in.
Hey! Let Pinocchio go, Riku!
A puppet that's lost its heart to the heartless. Maybe it holds the key to helping Kairi. How about it, Sora? Let's join forces to save her. We can do it together. What? You'd rather fight me? Over a puppet that has no heart?
Heart or no heart, at least he still has a conscience.
Conscience?
You might not hear it, but right now it's loud and clear. And it's telling me you're on the wrong side.
Then you leave me no choice.
Pinocchio! Pinocchio!
Jiminy, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, I guess I'm okay.
Huh?
The worst kind of parasite is the kind that can survive even in the acidic environment of the stomach. Welcome to Parasite Cage 2, Electric Boogaloo. Pretty much very similar to the last time, only different because of the environment we're in. The green on the floor here is stomach acid that will hurt you if you stand in it. It'll tick down 1 HP 7 times in a row, and will leave you at a minimum of 1 HP if you hit 1 HP. Generally, just avoid getting into it. The Parasite Cage has 2 new attacks to go with its with its new environment. Firstly, it'll plant its tendrils into the ground and throw its main body at you in a sort of tackle. The second thing is that it will stick its tendrils into the stomach acid, pump it in through the stomach, pump it into the tendrils through them, and then spit it out of its mouth to spray at you, which will have the same effects as the just standing in the stomach acid. Overall, not all that much different, though the arena being smaller definitely doesn't help. You'll have to keep a bit of an eye on your health. In any case, as we just lay into this guy, I gotta say that Riku right there did remind me a lot of past friendships that weren't very good for me. So, it definitely brings up some memories now that the game certainly didn't back in the day. In any case, we win.
Riku! Riku, where are you?
Attain the power of time. Learn magic spells, stop.
So, Kairi's like a lifeless puppet now?
Precisely.
And her heart was...
Taken by the heartless, no doubt.
Tell me, what can I do?
There are 7 maidens of the purest heart. We call them the princesses of heart. Gather them together, and a door will open to the heart of all worlds. Within lies untold wisdom. There you will surely find a way to recover Kairi's heart. Now, I'll grant you a marvelous gift. The power to control the heartless.
Soon, Kairi. Soon.
I sure hope Pinocchio and Geppetto are okay. Yeah, hopefully they landed somewhere safely. Riku. And that sneeze was very powerful. It blew us all the way back to Agrabah. In any case... Oh. I think my magic is as good as Donald's now. No way! Not in a million years. Why don't you go see Merlin? Work up more on your magic.
There's a tournament being held at the Coliseum. I hear there's a great reward for the winner.
Well, that is certainly something. We could technically fly back to Monstro, but there is no guarantee that we will land there, as in this version of the game, the original, that being, you can technically fly to Monstro and have him not be there, then you'll just continue on to the next world. For that reason, it is a bit of a pain in the butt. The Final Mix version, I believe, fixed this, either that or it was the remasters that fixed this. Either way, you can warp to Monstro safely in one of those versions. So getting back into Monstro isn't much of an issue in the Final Mix or remaster. Again, not sure. In any case, with that, we can say goodbye to one of Kingdom Hearts' most frustrating worlds. And yes, I use air quotes around that. Though unfortunately, we will have to come back eventually, because there were things inside the whale that we couldn't do right away. But for now, I'd say we've earned a break. Next time, we'll be doing a bit more side questing by participating in the tournament, but not before we actually head back to Traverse Town to turn in a torn page that we've got and see Merlin about a few things. So, I'm going to end things here. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.